So today we're going to talk about March coming in like a lion. It's the start of March, and we've been talking about the figure of speech that March comes in like a lion with fierce weather and leaves like a lamb. And I've had this poster in my room that the kids really enjoy. And one of the things I'm going to point out is that this is a very symmetrical poster. It's very balanced, and a lot of times faces will be very symmetrical. So we've got this lovely bright, bold lion with these thick black outlines, nice and stylized, very symmetrical. In fact, it's actually balancing here because when I looked on the back, it said it was a circus poster. So this says circus in another language, and this is a unicycle that it's balancing on. So this is very much an image based on balance and symmetry. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a very symmetrical lion drawing. So to help me with my symmetry, the first thing I'm going to do is just give my paper a bit of a fold so I have a center line. And you can see that this is very vertical and this is very vertical. So my paper is vertical. Now I'm going to go grab a circle. Just to help my students kind of get started, I have this circle tracer that I'm bringing out right now. And again, the face is this part that I'm focusing on right now, so I'm going to use this for the face near the top because I want to make sure that I have room for some of the body. And I'm going to start with this circle. I'm just going right to crayon. I've got a nice black crayon to imitate that nice black outline, and I've kind of lined this up in the middle. I'm not aiming for perfection, but I am looking to have a drawing that has a sense of balance and symmetry. So that's the only part I'm going to use for the tracing. I'm going to go ahead and set that off to the side. And now I'm going to focus on the face. I've got this nice symmetrical face. So I'm going to start, again, thinking about the center, and I'm going to start with the nose. So I'm just going to make a horizontal line, just like that. And my goal is not to copy this lion or have the students necessarily copy my drawing, but use this as a sense of inspiration and mine, and then my expectation is everybody's will look a little different. Now this fold will help me balance it though. I can kind of bring this line down to the fold. And I've made a triangle. And you can see this one's more rounded. So there's a lot of variety here. I've got a nice vertical. And then what I'm going to do is focus on this bridge. So I'm going to go like that. I'm just going to kind of round it. And I've got kind of a line across. It's like the letter T if you look here. So I'm just going to go like this. I'm going to make like that. And I'm going to make circle eyes. He's quite fierce looking in this one. I'm making my circle and my pupils, and I can think about bringing that down, and I don't even have to make it all the parts here. I'm going to go like this, and I could stop there, or I can make this mouth. It's kind of funny. This reminds me of a hamburger, so I can make a chin if I want to. Or that could just be the mouth. I can simplify it and just have a couple teeth. And I kind of like this because now he looks a little bit more like he's smiling. And I do know it's a boy when I say he because it has a mane, and the lions have the mane. Now I'm not going to worry about this part of the mane right now. I'm going to think about having this part with the hair. I'm going to leave that here, and I'm going to focus on this very balanced part with the legs. So I'm going to go ahead and just make line and a line, and in this poster you can see here it doesn't even show the body or the tail. It's really just got these legs like they're lining up, and the body's behind this furry mass, and the other legs are behind these legs, and you don't even see the tail. It's all behind. So you can think about that as an option to add that in if you want. So here's my legs, and then you can simplify this just into kind of semicircles if you want. You can go ahead and add those toes in if you need to. Sometimes I just simplify it again and just put them below like that. Now one of the advantages of using this black crayon, of course, is it does give me the same style with this heavy black outline, which I like, but it also works really well because for the second step what I'm going to do is paint. And my students know, we talk about this all the time, crayon is made out of wax and it resists paint. So if you have a nice black outline, Oh, and you know what? I can also add ears. You don't see ears. That helps me separate the parts of paint that I have. Like if I want to separate colors and things, this line of wax kind of helps separate them. So I could leave it like that, kind of loosely based on it. Or if I wanted to, I could add a little bit of a hint of a body behind. Or sometimes I like to go like this and go down like that and create a tail like that. You could draw in like the unicycle if you wanted to. And because I'm kind of talking about March coming in like a lion, sometimes I like to write March right on there. But the big thing with having the text is I want to make sure everyone has their name on their paper. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put 2022. So again, just to remind you, I'm going to put our name on our paper. Okay, and at this point, we can go ahead and we can get our paints out and we can add some details. Just to give you a quick idea of what it could look like, okay, I'm going to pull one down here. And you can kind of see it's a little bit different style. This one looks a little bit more like this, but I really stylized this. So this one is all painted in, and we weren't going for a realistic lion here. This is very colorful and bold and graphic. So when I painted my colors, I went nice and bright and bold, going for blues and yellows, so you can paint it any way that you like.